Salman Rushdie was executed after being fatwa for death 34 years ago. The United States also commented on the attack on the author of the controversial book Satanic Verses, Salman Rushdie, who was stabbed repeatedly in New York on Friday 12 August 2022. Rushdie was assaulted just before 11 a.m. local time at the Chautauqua Institution. At that time, he was on stage with the intention of giving a lecture. The stabber then burst onto the stage and stabbed Rushdie again and again. Police said the perpetrator stabbed the writer in the neck and stomach. At the time of the incident, the police immediately approached Rushdie and arrested the perpetrator, identified as 24-year-old Hadi Matar from New Jersey. Rushdie was then rushed to the hospital for treatment. This is not the first time Salman Rushdie has received criticism, threats, and attempted murder. In 2016, he was threatened with death by Iranian hardliners. An Iranian religious organization will give a bounty of $2.7 million for those who can kill him. 3 years ago, the prize was increased again to $3.3 million. Pamphlets containing these rewards are known to be distributed on the streets of Iran. In 1989, Iranian leader Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini issued a fatwa, or religious order, to kill Rushdie. His book The Satanic Verses was condemned and blasphemed for being considered an attack on Islam. Speaking on the radio at the time, Rushdie and his book publisher were accused of apostasy. In 1989, the British government began protecting Rushdie. The following year, on March 7, Iran cut off diplomatic relations with Britain because of this issue. In 1990, Rushdie wrote an essay, trying to prove he still believed in Islam. In 1998, pro-reform President Mohammad declared the fatwa invalid because Rushdie was innocent. For 34 years, he lived in hiding. After being found not guilty, he lived normally in New York. Salman Rushdie was born in Mumbai, India, June 19, 1947. According to BBC, when he was 14 years old, Salman was sent to England and studied in the city of Rugby. Later, he earned an honorary degree in history at the prestigious King's College in Cambridge. Salman finally officially became a British citizen and worked temporarily as an actor to an advertising copywriter, while writing novels. Salman is one of the most famous and successful British writers of all time, with his second novel, Midnight's Children, and winning the acclaimed Booker Prize in 1981. Midnight's Children tells the story of India. Then came Rushdie's third novel, Shame, which was released in 1983 and is about Pakistan. 4 years later, he wrote The Jaguar Smile, a travel diary in Nicaragua. In his fourth novel, The Satanic Verses, which was published in 1988, he became a controversial figure. Their novel was considered insulting to the Prophet Muhammad and sparked the anger of Muslims. His agent, Andrew Wiley, said the author had been on a ventilator since Friday evening, the 12th of August 2022. It said his heart was damaged, nerves were severed in his arm and eye, which would most likely be missing. Dr. Martin Haskell, a doctor who was among those who rushed to help. He said Rushdie's injuries were serious but recoverable. Event moderator Henry Rees, 73, co-founder of an organization that offers residencies to writers facing persecution, was also attacked. The director of the literature program at the Writers Organization, PEN America, Clarisse Rose as Sharif, shared that in 4 years of working with Salman Rushdie on organizing events, Rushdie has never asked for security details, although Rushdie has often received death threats since his controversial novel was published. Chautauqua Institution President Mikhail Hill said safety is a top priority for the writing community that brings together thousands of people during its 9-week summer program. He said the attack on Rushdie was unprecedented at the institute, which was founded in 1874. This institution is dedicated to fostering civic dialogue on religious, social and political issues. New York Governor Kathy Hochul told reporters that Chautauqua was a quiet community. According to him, the speakers, thought leaders, politicians, judges and others gather to have freedom of expression. The attack, which occurred Friday night at the Chautauqua Institution, on the outskirts of New York State, has caused an uproar among literary and political figures. They voiced their condemnation of the incident and sympathized with Salman. J.K. Rowling and Stephen King are among famous writers and faces who have voiced their disbelief over the events of Salman's stabbing. French President Emmanuel Macron was also saddened, saying his country supported Rushdie. We have compiled this news from various sources with links that you can access in the description. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.